such I'm a budding poet. Once you become a poet, you see poetry in everything. You step out and you can find inspiration for poetry in oddest of things. So, what inspired you to, from a gamer to become a poet, and how did that journey come about?
So first of all, I don't consider myself to be a poet at all.
Okay.
I use the word verse when I say when I talk about Ritruhan, and like I don't even read that much poetry. But at the very beginning, when I was talking about Ritruhan with my family and friends, I had always told that okay, this has to be written in verse, and that is because I consider myself to be a storyteller, not an author, not a writer, not a poet, not an entertainer. Stories are one of the most primal ways that a civilization or a society passes on. And stories always used to be spoken alone. Verse is the most powerful way to convey certain emotions. When you want to talk about rhetoric, when you want to talk about passing on something that can be repeated very easily, people use verse. They have a certain poetry within them, and that actually helps me as a speaker to connect with you as a somebody who's listening. When I'm writing something, I imagine that okay, somebody is sitting in front of me, or I'm sitting in front of X number of people,
Like a conversation.
and yes, and whatever allows me to get my point across verbally is something that I write, like I'm kind of translating.
Yeah.
So that's why verse comes in. In Sutrathar also you will see that in a lot of stories there are suddenly verses in the middle and all of that. You will find that same thing in Tolkien. If you read Lord of the Rings, there will be those kind of passages. I think one of the reasons why those endure is because these nuggets are there to, as something which is very physical, because verse only makes sense when you speak it out.